Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video, we're going to talk about Olight. And if you liked the S2R Baton 2, you're in for a treat. You're really going to like this Baton 3 Pro. Now this video, I'm not going to compare these two lights against one another. I'll do a separate video for that. So in this video, we're just going to talk about this awesome light, and I'll talk about all the specs and why I'm so excited about this new release. So here's a look at the packaging. This light is offered in cool white or in neutral white. You can get it in a multiple of colors. Feel free to pause your screen if you wish to read any of this information. I'm going to be talking about all this in the video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now on the top of the box, you can see there's this little pull tab. We're just going to pull that off and we'll open this up. There's the little slide thing right there. It just slides out just like a drawer, just like previous versions of their lights. This little yellow paper is talking about the insulation film, how to charge the light, and it also talks about a new feature. This light has a proximity sensor. So if we get that out of the way, you'll see a couple things. And on this pamphlet, there's just a little bit of information. So feel free to pause your screen if there's anything that you want to read a little bit longer. But I'm going to be talking about all this stuff in this video here today, so you probably don't need much of this. The same thing applies to the user's manual. It does come with one, and it has great information. They've always had great information in their user's manual. However, this one, they have made it more pictures and stuff, and they've gotten rid of a lot of the text and things like that. So here is pretty much the English. And that just gives you basically an index of what figure to look at. Here are some of the run times. Here's some of the specifications of the light. And let's take a look and see they've included this same pouch that has been included with the S2R Baton 2. So very nice little velvet kind of pouch. Got some little drawstrings here. And it's an effective little pouch, works pretty good. Right here, there's something new. This is like a little L bracket. I'll go ahead and open this up and we'll take a quick look at that. From what I gather, it looks like this is something that you would use to mount the light. Kind of like an L dock, but without the charging function. So you would take your light and just stick it there, and it has a place to mount to. So it's pretty much what this is. So it's a little piece of metal. You also get the MCC3 charging cable, and then if you flip this over, you can see the Baton 3 Pro itself. So this is a beautiful looking light. It looks very similar to the S2R Baton 2 with some differences here. You got magnetic charging on the bottom, you have the top of the light, you have the switch, and you can see the pocket clip has got a little bit different as far as how it connects. And right here it says cool white. We're going to go ahead and unthread, and we'll take a look at the battery that's included. We're also going to remove that insulation film. So you pull that insulation film off just like before, and pop out that 18650 lithium ion rechargeable battery. This is a proprietary battery, operates at 3200 milliamp hour of capacity. So very nice little battery there. And then of course, if you look inside the battery tube, it's a very clean build, and we'll stick the negative end towards the tail cap area of the light with the positive towards the head of the light, and we'll just screw that down. And as we screw this down, you'll see that this O-ring here will go underneath that head of the light, and that'll create the IPX8 waterproof standard that these lights have. Now, operating this light is identical to the S2R Baton 2, and the size is almost identical as well. So to operate the light, we're going to long press, and you'll see that light will come on to moonlight mode. Moonlight mode is half of a lumen, and it blows me away. This will last 120 days. Folks, that's 4 months of runtime out of moonlight mode. Now, if you push and hold, you'll go up to low. Low is 15 lumens for 100 hours. That's 4.16 days. That'll give you 20 meters of throw and 100 on the candela. You'll also notice the green power level indicator illuminates at this time. We're gonna push and hold, we're gonna bump it up to medium. This is 120 lumens. This will last 17 hours of runtime, 50 meters of throw, 650 on the candela. And then if we push and hold, we'll bump it up to high, 600 lumens for 180 minutes. That's 3 hours at 600 lumens. That's amazing. And then it steps down to prevent overheating. It'll drop down to 120 lumens at that point, and it'll stay there for 25 minutes. On high, we get 110 meters of throw and 3,206 candela. Now, if I double press, 1, 2, we'll get turbo of 1,500 lumens. This will last for 2 minutes, and then it'll step down basically to high, 600 lumens, for 177 minutes. That's 2.95 hours. Now, before step down, we're going to get 175 meters of throw out of turbo, and the candela is 7,900. Very impressive. Now, this light does have a strobe, so we'll triple press for strobe. So strobe warning, 1, 2, 3. There's our strobe. Very bright, very disorienting, and it does not specify what the run times are for strobe, but I'm gonna guess that they are just absolutely fantastic. The light, as always, as the previous models, it does have a memory, so it'll remember the last mode that was accessed prior to turbo or strobe, which in our case is high. So if we go down to low, for example, and we turn it off, it'll come right back to low. And the cool thing about this light is even in moonlight mode, you can barely see it. If I turn it off, it will remember moonlight mode. So that is just fantastic. Now, when you first get this light, you're going to need to charge this light after removing the insulation film. I've already done the charging off camera before unboxing this and doing this video. It takes about 3.5 hours to charge. So you'll basically slap on your MCC3. This will turn from red when it's charging and green when charging is complete. That takes about 3.5 hours. And then after you get done charged and you turn the light on, you'll see that green power level indicator. That's telling us, green is telling us that our battery is more than 60%. If this turns orange, it's telling us that our battery is between 10 and 60%. And then in the event that you see red, that's telling us that our battery is between 5 and 10%. And if you see flashing red on this battery level indicator, our battery is below 5%. Now on moonlight mode, this is an addition that this light has that we didn't see in previous models, is if you are below 5%, you'll see a flashing red indicator, and if you're above 5%, you will not see any indication at all. Now, this light also has a timed shutoff feature, just like before. So let's just say we want that setting right there. What we'll do is we'll push and hold, and you see that there was one acknowledgement flash, that means that in 3 minutes, this light will turn off automatically. Now, if you want a longer timer before shut off, you push, and hold again, and you'll see 2 acknowledgement flashes. That will give us 9 minutes before this light turns off. Now, something that's really cool here is if we are on high or turbo, this light has a proximity sensor. So if something gets in the way, the light will dim down to medium. And then when that object gets out of the way, see that light got brighter and it dims and it brightens. That is very cool. That proximity sensor will work on high or turbo. And again, when there's an obstruction, it'll set that light down to medium. See that? So I think that is fantastic. Now I know that there's probably somebody out there that's wanting to know if the proximity sensor will turn the light off after 1 minute. So let's find out. Let's just start a timer. So this one appears to just dim the light and then it comes back on after the obstruction clears. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Now, if we want to talk about the dimensions of the light, we are 101.4 millimeters long. If you want to look at that in inches, that's 3.99 inches long. And then the diameter of the light is 23 millimeters or 0.91 inches. Now the weight of the light is 103 grams or 3.63 ounces. Now it's impact resistant down to 1.5 meter, IPX8 waterproof down to 2 meters. Okay, let's go ahead and pour a little water. We're going to test the IPX8 waterproof rating on this light. So we will turn it on and we will just drop it down in the water. I like this because you don't have to worry about any charge port covers or anything like that because of the magnetic charging. So from here, we're going to just cycle through the modes. There's low, medium, there's high, double press for turbo. You can see that proximity kicking in. Triple press for strobe, 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Single press. And then another single press will bring us back to high. You see that proximity kicked in. And then of course we can go down to low, turn it off, and let's go to moonlight mode. And that moonlight mode, I can't believe that they've gotten 120 days of runtime out of moonlight mode. But as you can see, this light clearly passes the IPX8 waterproof standard with flying colors. Right now we are on that half of a lumen moonlight mode. And on this setting, 120 days. 4 months. That is fantastic. This is good for looking in a bag, using it as a headlamp, maybe looking for a wound or a sticker or something. Maybe you got something in somebody's eye. Maybe you're doing some first aid, or you're just reading and you don't want to wake up everybody in the tent or something like that. That is a pretty cool setting. But off in the distance, you can't really see much, so you got to bump up to low. This is 15 lumens. This is 100 hours of runtime. And as you can see, it does quite a bit. 4.16 days of runtime. And that's a pretty good setting. And then if you want a little bit more light, you can bump it up to medium. I like this setting. This is 120 lumens for 17 hours of runtime. Then we'll go to high, 600 lumens. That's for 3 hours. And then it steps down basically to medium, which is 120 lumens. And it'll stay there for an additional 25 minutes. So that is pretty good. Now double press for turbo, 1, 2. 1500 lumens. That proximity's getting me. I had it too close to the camera. 1500 lumens for 2 minutes. And then it steps down to high of 600 lumens for an additional 177 minutes or 2.95 hours of runtime. And again, on this setting, you get 175 meters of throw and 7,900 on the candela. Now, if I triple press, we're going to get that strobe function. So strobe warning, 1, 2, 3. Now there's that strobe, beautiful strobe. This light puts out a lot of light. I really like this one a lot. Single press turns the light off. Another single press brings us back to high, because that's what we had before we went to turbo or strobe. And if I push and hold, we're going to just cycle low, medium, high, low, right there, and then turn it off. Hopefully you enjoyed those night shots. So my final thoughts on this Baton 3 Pro by Olight. Man, you know, they've taken the S2R Baton 2, which was a fantastic light, and they just upped the game. They made this thing so much nicer. Again, stay tuned for the comparison video that I'll be doing between these two, and I'll show you why I like this one so much more. With all that being said, folks, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys got some good, useful information out of this video. Please make sure that you're checking the description box down below if you're interested in this light, or anything Olight for that matter, because I'll put my affiliate link down there and it'll save you 10% if you use the coupon code of Jujitsu2000, and it also helps me out. So if you want to help me out, use that affiliate link. It really, really helps me. So I appreciate you guys if you do that. Feel free to leave comments down below, like this video, share this video, and if you like seeing Olight stuff like this, please do everything that I just talked about. With all that being said, folks, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.